Welcome back to Exceptional Talk with Dr. Clark. I hope you enjoyed part one, but you are now about to get started and hear the rest of this good information that Dr. Flower has for us. If you did not know anything about education, now it's time to listen. She has a lot to say, guys. All right, so welcome back. Thank you.
Thanks. Glad to be back.
Yes. So we're going to pick up right where we left off because I don't want our viewers to miss not one moment of this good information. You talked about how it's not all just about just children, it's about people, period. Relationships are so vital, when it comes to just being accepted as a person.
Absolutely.
We all want to be valued. We all have self-worth. We all want to be loved. So, I mean, keep going. I can't wait to hear more.
Right. So, I always say, when I'm working with children, I try to go in, like they say, Planet Fitness, no judgment here.
Right.
Because if you go in with preconceived notions and biases, and sometimes, our co-workers and our colleagues, even though we love them, sometimes they can say things that can influence you to change the way you normally would interact or perceive with others. So I always go in to let them know, hey, I'm here for you. Let me hear what you have to say. Now, I don't have to agree with everything that they say.
Right.
But I do let them know that all of their emotions and all of their thoughts are valid for them. They're valid.
Yes.
Okay. And their perception is their reality. And so when I hear things from kids and I'm working with them that don't necessarily fit into the confines of what we're supposed to be doing,
right,
and the
little
norms
box.
and the
We always want to put them in that little box.
Yeah, that boxes. I always try to say, okay, well, what are some things that we can do differently? How is this working for you? I like to tell a lot of people, even as an adult, if you're doing something in life and I'll say, well, how's that working for you, Dr. Clark? And if you say, well, I haven't done this and I wasn't able to do this, then I say, okay, well, maybe we need to look at some different things, because when we're doing things the way they are supposed to be done or designed or to meet and help our purpose in life, things will work. You'll see things moving. It may not be as fast as you think it is, but you should see increments of success, just like with academics, right?
Yes.
Academics, if you still reading at a third grade level and you in the 12th grade and you haven't had any progress since then, that means something was wrong. We needed to do something
differently. Yes.
And so I think when you have these conversations with children and you allow them to come to some of those conclusions, they are better able to receive it and then act on it. A lot of times we want to tell everybody, you should do this, you should do this.
Exactly.
You should do this.
Yes.
You.
Yes.
And
we want to tell you how to learn, how to feel, how to act,
how to look, how to dress, how to act, how to do everything. But not really listening and then allowing them to come to some conclusions on their own, because that helps for buy-in, accountability, responsibility.
There you go.
And that's some of the problem that we have with our older kids. They've never had to be accountable, responsible for these things, and so it's always somebody else's fault.
Yeah, right. And we cannot and we should not be rewarding kids when they're not doing what they're supposed to.
Absolutely.
And so you build that child to become irresponsible because he doesn't have to earn anything. I mean,
I never done that before.
I just keep doing what I want to do, and
right.
I still get my iPhones. I still get my
I still go get here. I still get money. I still got my new clothes. I still got my sneakers. Why I got to do this?
Right.
Because, we have created the issues.
Yes.
A lot of us adults,
Yes,
we
we
have
have.
created
Yes, we have.
all, you know, and
Yes.
I know that all behavior is what? Learned.
Learned. Yes, sir. That's
And
exactly.
so
Yes. Yes.
when we have people that are, and children and adults
Mhm.
that are doing things, it's not for no reason.
Right.
Behavior is not done for any reason.
Right.
It's
Right.
for a reason.
It's for always for a
They
reason.
have,
Yeah.
we get something from it. You
Yeah.
don't do something over and over again without getting something from it, whether it's attention, positive or negative, or something. We're gaining something, or we're avoiding something, we're escaping something, or we're getting something from it.
Mhm.
And that's what we sometimes have to look at, like, well, why are we doing this over and over again? They must be getting something. What's the function of the
Right.
behavior? Why are
Right.
we doing what we're doing? And there's a
It
function
becomes
for every
insanity,
behavior.
though. If you continue to do something over and over again and you keep getting
Insanity.
it becomes insane. It's just pure OD insanity.
Absolutely.
It's
Absolutely.
like being on that roller coaster and you just keep going round and round and round.
That little hamster wheel. Remember that
Little
little
hamster
hamster?
wheel. Yes, yes. So,
Yes.
we got to learn how to jump off that thing and try to find another direction to go. And
Absolutely.
it's about new direction, universal design. There are several other strategies that we have to start to learn to implement, but we are so stuck in a
We
box.
are. But you know what, Dr. Clark? The pandemic, don't get me wrong, has been devastating in certain areas and for certain people.
Mhm.
But the one thing that I can appreciate about the pandemic is it has gotten a lot of us out of a box.
Yes.
Things that
Yes.
we used to say we couldn't do, like, you can't work from home, or you can't teach online, or you can't do. Teachers have just the resilience and the
Oh,
perseverance
yes,
and
yes.
all of
They
these
have arrived to the occasion.
creative ideas
Yes.
that we have had over this last year, that some of us had let die,
Right.
before, like the Neopods and the
Paradig.
Mentimeters and
I love Paradig. I might be
yes,
advertising for them, but I love it.
right. All of these great, like, engaging things
Yes.
that has helped us, because our kids of this generation is not the, like, we used to go to school, open the textbook, read this. They're so visual
Mhm.
and tactile, kinesthetic, and
Yes.
all of those
And they want
stimuli.
instant gratification too.
Yes,
They want to know what you want gonna do for them now.
now,
That they want it now. I mean,
right.
why I need to learn this? What is this for? I'm not gonna use
How's
this
this gonna
nowhere
help
else.
me?
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
And telling them, well, it's gonna help you because you're gonna graduate in 2025. That's too
I
far.
know, right? They
That's
won't
too
know
far.
what I'm learning this for now. So
Now,
it's very important. And I try to, well, there go my try word. I do.
you do,
I do. When
because
I'm
I see
teaching,
you do.
I try to make sure that I am relating whatever I'm teaching them to the
To
real world.
lifestyle
To the real world.
application.
It has to
Yes, real world
attract them.
application.
Yeah, we got to attract their way of thinking, just get their minds going and flowing.
Absolutely.
So it is, like you said, it has definitely been a change, and it has been a good change, because we were stuck in a rut, where we were kind of doing things the same way, so now we have some additional ways of reaching out students.
Right.
And not to say that you can't use some of the old, because one thing about it, when it works, it works.
It works.
Because
Whether it's old or
you see,
new.
look at us. We're both
Right.
doctors. So what
Don't
we
fix
did
what's
back
not broken.
then, it worked.
It
You know,
worked.
but of course we have a different caliber of students now. Our mindsets now, they're more computer,
Right.
their minds, it just runs just like a computer. It just goes, So we just got to get with it. We got
We
to come
do.
on with it. Like they're like, all
We
right,
do.
yeah, come on
And
with
I
it.
think we're all up for the challenge. I think this year, or 12, 14 months so far, has really propelled and pushed
Yes.
pushed us to do things out of our normal comfort zone.
Yeah, we were
that
forced.
we may have
Can I say the word
normally
forced?
have done. We wouldn't have done this in
Right,
2019.
that's why I said forced. Can we say forced to do
Yes,
it?
forced.
Yes. Well, I definitely just have so much I know we want to say. This is just only the tip of the iceberg. I definitely want to have you back on live so that you will be able to answer questions from the viewers, because
Absolutely.
a lot of times we can say what we have to say, but then we want to hear from others too. What do you think? How can we look at some things differently? Because you know what? We all have a way of thinking. We all have, desires to make, and I'm sure the parents wants to make their children better. The teachers want to make their students better. The administrators wants to make their teachers better. So,
But we just all have a different way of looking things. Like you said, our perspectives are different. And so it has to be a collaboration, of us coming together to see what works best for ultimately the child. That's the most important thing. And so sometimes I have to put aside what I like, because maybe what I like isn't working for the kids that I'm serving. So I have to say, this is what I used to do, or maybe this worked for my kids last year, but last year kids is not the same as this year's kids. So we have to always continue to evolve and grow, even as adults. Even if you've been working 30 years, 35 years, if you're still in the game, you still gotta have your game face on.
Exactly. When I tell you I have been learning new stuff this past year, you would not believe. I'm like, I am actually in the books trying to find out new ways of how I can
have my kids engaged.
Yes, just to not be up behind the camera. I want them to be excited enough to show their faces. And I always say, let me see that face so I can see your expression. So I can know that you're either listening and you're learning.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, we are not going to take too much of your time. I cannot wait. I honestly cannot wait to have you back on again.
Thank you.
For our viewers, I just want to say thank you for listening to Dr. Michele Flowers. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You all will definitely be seeing her very, very soon live.